we interrupt your Fortnite streaming to bring you Math! Day 3. Schoolin with Doolen. Not outside today. We're inside. We're in the kitchen. We're at the table. Because we gotta do some writing. First off, we gotta give some shout outs to some people. For my alright so's. I think the first person to actually get the number right was William. So nice job, William. The second person to get it right was Van. Nice job, Van. Tiara was 1 off. I think Devin got it right. I think Daisy got it right. And then, because she's been begging me for a shout out, my mom got it right as well. She looked over it with a fine-tooth comb watching it. Maybe I should this is what we're gonna do. Because my mom likes to watch these videos so much, we're gonna do a little challenge between you, my kids, and my mom. I'm gonna put her into our MasteryConnect. And she also has to do the quiz after the lesson. And the next video we'll post, or well, at least in the comments of the video or of the Google Classroom, we'll see if she was able to beat you guys. Because of my videos I'm making kind of ahead of time. So we'll see what happens with that. I like that. I like that. Let's talk about the Google Classroom for a second. So I love people coming in there and saying good morning. I love you guys talking with each other on that. I do not like, though, the fact that there's just a bunch of random highs up and down and up and down and up and down, so it's hard for me to see when there's an actual question that a kid needs. So if you're going to be doing, like having just conversations that are one word, you need to either do it outside of the Google Classroom chat room or just not do it at all. Okay? We got to make that rule, because the Google Classroom chat room is for you guys to say good morning to each other, to have conversations, short ones, but we're not going to be just blowing it up with all these hi comments and how are you, hi, how are you, and then not answering anything like that, okay? I am happy that we got about 11 of us. 11 of us that are actually watching the videos every single time and doing the MasteryConnect. So, if you know somebody's number, or you know somebody's, I don't know, Fortnite something, I don't know what it is, tell them to watch the video and to do the MasteryConnect. I want to make sure that you guys are actually doing this and not just sitting at home doing nothing, because I'm not sitting at home doing nothing. Okay? So today what we're doing is 4.nbt.1. NBT deals with numbers base 10. And today, so this is going to be the first one that we actually did, and it was a little confusing when we first did it. And NBT.1 is talking about how the digit in the place to the left is 10 times greater. What exactly does that mean? That just sounds weird, right? I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you exactly what I mean. And what I have for us are pennies, dimes. Don't tell Ms. Denny that I counterfeit some money, okay? We got dollar bills. I know, it looks real, I know. We got a $10 bill. That's so fake, look at that thing. And a $100 bill. All right. So, count. Oh, everybody like my hat? This is from when I was in high school. But look at Doolen, 16. I need you to tell me, I'm thinking, see if you can figure this out. I'm thinking of an animal between blue and toad. 16 is the answer, very good. All right, let's get started with our thing. So I'm going to drop this down. And we're going to look. So, I've got my pennies here. Let's open them up. Come on. Come on. I don't want to rip it because I want to put them back in so I can bring them to the bank. Pennies! There's some there. And here's some. Come on. There. Make sure you have your notebooks ready. So here are our pennies. Got a whole bunch of them. So let's just look at one though. I'm going to put these out of the way and let's just look at one. This penny right here. I'm going to take my notebook. I got my categorical. I got my numerical. I did not do what I always ask you guys to do, to use the backs of pages. So actually I'm going to do that. I'm going to go backwards one and I'm going to use the back of this page. So, penny. Well, how do we write? So let's write down penny. And at the top we're going to put NBT.1, which will do 10 times greater. Now, penny. How do we actually write how much a penny is worth? How do we write that? Well, we would do $, 0, decimal, 0, 1. If you ever walk into a grocery store and you see something that is worth that right there, that is saying that it is worth a penny. Boom. So, we've got that done. Let's move on to our next thing. We've got some dimes. And I'm going to explain how this is all going to work in a second, once we're done writing these down. There are my dimes. We're going to look at one of them. This one right here. So if I have a dime, we would write that $, 0, decimal, 1, 0. That right there is saying that this is 10 cents. Let's look at $1. Let's look at $1. So I have my real dollar here, my real dollar. So I'm going to write down $. And how would we write that? $, 1, decimal, 0, 0. It's our dollar. Our dollar. Our dollar. No, you can't have it. It's my money. Then we have $10. So fake. Look at that thing. And how do we write $10? $, 1, 0, decimal, 0, 0. And last but not least, we have the big one. The $100. $100. And how will we write that? So I'm going to put $100. And it'd be $, 1, 0, 0, decimal, 0, 0. So now that we have that set, we got to talk about this 10 times greater and how the place to the left is always 10 times greater. So what I want you to do in your notebook, let's draw a horizontal line across, and I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different numbers that we're using here. So I want to line them up in accordance to their place value. So the best and easiest way to do that is to use these decimal points. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I'm going to line them up perfectly. Now I'm going to start out with my penny. I have 0, 1. My dime, 1, 0. And notice how they're lined up. My dollar is 0, 0. Same with the 10. Same with the 100. My penny in my ones place is going to be a 0. The dime is also going to be a 0. The dollar will be a 1 in the ones place. The 10 will be a 0 in the ones place and a 1 in the tens place. And 100 would be a 0 in the ones, 0 in the tens, 1 in the hundreds. Now everything is lined up perfectly, and how this is going to work, we have the hundredths place, the tenths place, the ones place, the tens place, the hundreds place. Now it's saying that the digit to the left, one spot to the left, is 10 times greater. Well, is that true? Is that true? So now that you have that, you can put that to the side for a second, and let's actually look at it. Here is my penny, and here is my dime. Now, if you look at your notebook, the penny is showing that it is one place to the right of the dime. So this here would be like this. How many pennies does it take to make a dime? And you should say 10. And now let's prove it. Let's actually look at it. We have 1, so 1 cent, 2 cents, 3 cents, 4 cents, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Which is showing that 10 times that 1/100th equals my dime, my tenth, my 1/10. So 1 cent times 10 equals 10 cents. Now let's move forward. Now I have my dime, and the one to the left would be the dollar. Let's check it again. Now I'm at my dime. 1 to the left would be my dollar. So, is the same thing true? Would 10 of these equal 1 of these? Let's see. 10. Drop of money. 20. 30. 40. 50. 60. 70, 80, 90, 100, or $1. If you have 10 dimes, you're going to have a dollar. So, back to our initial thing for our standard, here is our 10 cents, our 1/10. If I take that and multiply it by 10, I'm going to get my $1. Move on. Now that I have a dollar, if I take this dollar and I multiply it by 10, am I going to get $10? Well, let's see. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So yes, 10 times this 1 is going to equal this to its left, the 10. And then last but not least, if I have 10, and to the left is the hundredths place, so if I do 10 $10 bills, will I get a $100 bill? First off, I don't have 10 $10 bills. But if I did, I think we can tell, right? 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. We would get that $100 bill. So that's showing that the place to the left is 10 times what that original place is. So let's show it in a different way. That's showing you how it actually works. I'm going to give you two numbers. 4, 3, 2, 6, 5. So 43,265. And I'm going to give you 82,971. Let me zoom in on this for you. I don't know if I can. That's okay. No, because it's on the front facing. So I have my 43,265, and I have my 82,971. So let's look at this place and this place. This would be our hundreds place, and this would be our thousands place. So when you see something like this right here, I want you to think back to that money. This is the hundreds place. So let's pretend that is $200. And the value of that is 200. Always think, when we're looking at value of something, think about money. It's so much easier to think about money. This right here, I know we don't have a $1,000 bill, but this would be 2,000. Well, thinking about what we did when we took our $10 bill, or sorry, we took our penny, and we had to do 10 pennies to get to the dime. And then we had to do 10 dimes to get to the dollar. And then $10 to get to the $10 bill. And then 10 $10 bills to get to the $100 bill. Now I have $200. How many, if I had a $200 bill, how many $200 bills would I need to get to a $2,000 bill? I would have to do 10. So it's times 10. Right? We see how that works? I'm going to bring you back to me. All right. So, this is as much as I'm going to go with today. It's a very simple idea once you get it, once you understand where it's going. The number to the left, as long as it is the same digit, is 10 times greater than the number to its right. And then pushing it a little bit further, the number to the right is what compared to the digit to the left? 10 times less. So if I had a penny is 10 times less than a dime. 10 divided by 10 is 1. Okay. So I'm going to put a MasteryConnect up. The code will be inside the Google Classroom. Please make sure that we are using the Google Classroom how we're supposed to. If you're talking to other people and you haven't seen them, or ask them if they've watched the video, okay? If you're in my class, make sure you're giving it a thumbs up. If you're in Ms. Frederick's class, give it a thumbs down. I want to see the views up. Day 2 didn't have as many views as day 1 did. Day 2 didn't have as many views as day 1 did. Make sure you're doing this, okay? Have some routine. Have some routine. I know you don't want to. I don't want to be sitting here teaching. I'd rather be in that classroom with you teaching. Show me that you care. Show me that you got it. All right? We'll see you tomorrow. See you.